I have a story to share. There are two reasons why I feel I must share this story. The first is that I am hoping that what I am about to tell you will help save anyone from ever having to go through anything close of what I went through. It would be irresponsible of me not to share my story with the public and my disturbing photographs of what could happen when using essential oils. The second reason I will share at the end of this video. I enrolled with doTERRA in October of 2014. In November, I noticed a rash starting on my arm. So I applied tea tree oil to it. I've used tea tree oil in the past several times from other companies and never had an issue. The rash started getting worse and spreading. I continued using different essential oils on my body and taking them internally. The rash spread further up my arm, as you can see in this photo taken in December of 2014. The rash then began to spread to other parts of my body. First on my leg, then on my stomach, and then on the back of my neck, as you can see in these photos taken of January 2015. I began asking other wellness advocates what I should use on a rash. As if you ask doTERRA, they won't tell you any information, even though these are your products they're using. The wellness advocates suggested I used oils that were good for skin, such as lavender, geranium, lemongrass, myrrh, and as they always say, when in doubt, use frankincense. I will note here that none of the oils I used were photosensitizing. So I listened to those who had more experience than me. I made all kinds of concoctions with coconut oil and different blends of essential oils and lathered them on my skin, hoping they were going to help with the rash. They were supposed to. So I kept using them. I kept trying different combinations. My rash was getting worse. It just kept breaking out everywhere. I had no idea what was happening to my body, and I believed these essential oils were helping me. They were supposed to help me. I kept trying different combinations according to the different protocols I discovered from others. Shortly after, the itching and burning became unbearable. I wanted to rip my skin apart. My body started swelling up. My limbs were swelling up. I could barely bend my arms, they were so swollen. I had severe fever and diarrhea, so much so that I lost almost 15 pounds in less than 2 months. I couldn't take it anymore. My body was breaking down physically, emotionally, mentally. In February of 2015, I went to my doctor's. I left with a prescription of prednisone, a very strong steroid cream, to apply to my skin. She also gave me paperwork to get blood work done, urine samples, and such, and all the tests came back, showing that I was healthy. A few days later, I ended up going to the emergency room because it was just unbearable. I felt like somebody had locked me in a room with mosquitoes, wasps, and fire ants and left me there. The doctor I saw told me there was nothing he could do. I just needed to go back to my family doctor, and he prescribed me a medication for a strong antihistamine to help with the itching and burning and to try and keep me comfortable. There was no comfortable for me. There was no escaping this. I was literally going out of my mind. Upon further research about reactions with doTERRA oils, it seemed that people generally had reactions when they needed to detox their body, or they were having candida die-off. At least that's what I was told. So that was when I began doing a detox with doTERRA's supplements of products of the GX Assist, the PB Assist, TerraZyme, the Lifelong Vitality Pack, which I had been taking all along anyways. I completed 2 rounds of this detox over a couple of months. In the midst of this, I had a spot on my face. So I applied frankincense to it. The next day, the spot was red. I put frankincense on it again. And the next day, it was worse. So I tried lavender, as it was supposed to help with open sores. I was panicking. I was afraid this rash was beginning to spread to my face. I was trying anything that I knew I could try. As you can see in these photos that were taken in March of 2015, it got really bad. This was when it dawned on me that it may be, in fact, the essential oils that was the cause of all of this. So I decided to stop everything. I stopped using the oils, I stopped using the supplements, I stopped everything. After I stopped applying the oils on my face, it started improving, as you can see in these photos. However, the rash on my body remained. I started wondering, what now? Will this ever end? I've always had beautiful skin and have been in perfect health prior to this. Why was my body failing me now? There were so many questions and literally no answers. I tried reaching out to others, however, came up empty and no one had answers for me. And according to any test, I was completely healthy. Throughout this whole ordeal, I locked myself away from the world. I saw very few friends, and because I didn't want anyone to see me like this. I avoided everyone. If I left the house, it was only for brief periods of time, and that was after I had slathered anti-itching cream on me just to go get groceries. I didn't let anyone see me unless they were helping me heal, and believe me, I sought out many healers throughout this time. I became severely depressed, could not see the light at the end of the tunnel. I was miserable, in pain, and on edge. In June of 2015, I went to see an allergy specialist. His advice to me was stop using the essential oils, and again I was given more heavy medications. In December of 2015, I went to my family doctor and left with yet another prescription. In February of 2016, I went to see a dermatologist who took a biopsy from my leg, stitched me up, and sent me home with an even stronger steroid medication. When I contacted my upline, I was referred to doTERRA's reaction department. The fact that they even have a reactions department should tell you that I'm not the only one. There were several phone calls and emails through a short period of time. From this department, I spoke with 2 men and was advised again to stop using the essential oils. During these interactions, I asked them, has this anyone happened to anyone else? Has anyone else had this serious of a reaction before? These questions weren't answered. I also asked if there was a plan for doTERRA to implement a training program for wellness advocates to provide safety training of protocols and what to do if a rash broke out. They told me they would look into it. I told them if I had thought for 1 second that these oils were the cause of my rash and the pain that I was going through, I would have stopped them immediately. But I had no idea. I thought these oils were supposed to help me. The other thing I asked several times was them to forward my information and my photos to the chief medical officer. I needed help. I needed answers. I didn't get any answers. I didn't get any help. And I never heard a word from him. These essential oils are extremely powerful. It would be like a doctor giving you a prescription without telling you how to use it. What if this were to happen to a child? I honestly don't think a child would be able to live through what I lived through. If you were to ask anyone who has been trained, such as an aromatherapist, they will tell you to always dilute the essential oils and never take them internally. doTERRA has no one to contact for real answers to your questions on protocols, so people turn to each other in private Facebook groups. I've documented several cases where people have posted asking about their reactions, and the answers that are given to them are absolutely ludicrous. These are not doTERRA essential oil experts. These are not essential oil experts, period, that are answering these questions. doTERRA has all of the experts, but they are unreachable. When I initially rode with doTERRA, I truly believed I had finally found what I've been searching for years, a holistic answer to people's health concerns. I've not used antibiotics or steroids or any medications other than Advil now and then for several years. I've always tried to find natural solutions to any health issues, and I wanted to create awareness to help others do the same. I thought doTERRA was a dream come true. I had heard so many amazing stories of people healing from using essential oils. I believed in their power. If you are one of those people that have had a great experience, I am truly happy for you. But however, I must say, my experience was not a great one. Trust me when I say I really wanted to believe in doTERRA more than anything. I wanted to help myself. I wanted to help others. However, it's very difficult for me to stand behind the essential oils and products after this experience, for this has been a long and painful journey for me. Throughout this time frame, I lost clients, my life, my friends, and I lost my will to live. I prayed to God every night to take me in my sleep because I could not live through another day of this living hell. I had been to several doctors, have had several tests done, and they all said and came back showing that I was healthy. However, my body is showing and telling a different story. Although the worst of it lasted approximately 8 months, I was still having flare-ups, as you can see in the following pictures. On my face in October 2015, on my leg in December 2015, on my wrist in March 2016. This experience tested my physical, emotional, and psychological capabilities to the point where I had completely given up on life. And I believe the severe side effects of this is going to be something that I'm going to have to deal with for a very long time. I've been doing some research with the experts. Did you know that long-term use of essential oils can cause your body to begin reacting to them? Did you know that once you have reactions, it is most likely that you'll never be able to use the essential oils again? You can actually begin to develop allergies to other products as well. I can't even begin to fathom the long-term effects that this has had done to my body, from the trauma and from taking all the medications, all to counteract something I thought was the answer to my prayers of finding a holistic solution to help myself and others. I was told by my doctor that the damage that was done to my body from this experience has compromised my immune system, and I'm actually heading in the direction of having an autoimmune disease. I'm still not completely healthy in mind or body. I'm afraid of anything that I come in contact with may cause me to have a reaction because of my compromised immune system. As you can see in these photos taken in January of 2017, this is not over for me. Which leads me to the second reason I'm sharing this video, my recovery. The psychological effects of this experience and the PTSD response that I have almost in my everyday life. My skin is not as healthy as it once was, which means my body is not as healthy as it once was. Before this, I was a happy, confident, outgoing individual, and I struggle every day to find her again. I'm hoping that by sharing my story, it will help me heal, and it will help others from ever having to go through this. I will no longer suffer in silence. I would like some resolution and peace of mind. This is why I must share my story, and I am also creating a Facebook group called The Dark Side of Essential Oils. As I said earlier, there are many people out there who have suffered, who have had reactions. I have a friend that I know of that had reactions almost as severe as I did. But people are afraid. They're afraid to come out. They're afraid to talk about it. Essential oils are supposed to be the most amazing things on earth, and they can be. I'm not saying they can't be. But there is also a dark side to them. Nobody wants to talk about it. So in this Facebook group, I want you to come and talk about it. And I also want to invite any of the aromatherapists or essential oil experts to join the group. Perhaps you can help us shed some light and help us heal. If you are someone who is using essential oils or selling them, please learn safety and protocols and learn them from the experts, not from your upline or other wellness advocates and whatever anyone else is telling you, because believe me, that's what I did, and that's why this happened to me. It is said that nobody can truly understand what you went through unless they go through it themselves. Had I thought for 1 second the essential oils were causing this rash and this pain, I would have stopped them immediately and saved myself some unspeakable trauma. Whether you use essential oils or not, I guarantee you know someone who does. Please help me bring awareness to others by sharing this video so that this never happens to anyone else.